My first one is with the minutes be put online anytime soon. None of the minutes for this year have been put out.
I can't answer that, she can answer that.
Website's gonna work
Second one, the invoices for the sewer and ARPA funds. I would like to know which invoices are being paid.
What do you mean, invoices?
I mean, that's $244,000 from the sewer fund, and the last sewer project that we were made aware of was around $7,000. So I'm wondering what else is being paid for out of that. And what,
EDU to the city, that was $134,000.
134?
And half of the loader.
And half of the loader.
Yep.
Which is,
87,000.
so is the ARPA fund the 87,000?
It's ARPA. There is no ARPA fund, it's ARPA fund.
Oh.
What about it?
Is that the other half of the loader?
No.
Okay, what invoices are being paid for that fund?
Oh, we did use, oh, sorry, we did use ARPA funds.
Okay, so
87,000 of it.
in follow-up, that grant was supposed to cover the police vehicle and the loader.
No, you're all confused.
No, I'm
That's a
not.
different, yes, you are, that's a different grant,
Okay.
which we didn't get.
The police vehicle,
ARPA is totally different. We got that in two different,
wait a minute, I just, okay, I understand that you did not get this grant.
right, correct,
CED that you've been waiting for, that you were gonna use to buy the loader.
right.
Okay, you were going to
And a
use
police vehicle. And a police
this
vehicle,
for the police vehicle and the loader.
correct.
So I'm asking you, what did we pay? Which fund did we use for the police vehicle? We did get a police vehicle.
When?
I mean, it was
Not
in our
now.
budget.
The one they bought, the SUV.
I'll get back to you.
right?
We bought it last year.
That was
I
when-
can't tell you exactly what date,
Okay. Well, you're asking me a question from a year ago.
because that's when you guys decided you were gonna buy it and hope you got the money.
No, that
No.
was a different vehicle.
It was
That
in the
a
budget
different
anyways.
vehicle. That was this.
My next on the agenda was about the crane, and I'm wondering why that's not part of the bridge lump sum contract.
Because nobody's been awarded that,
Right.
so we don't know what the amount is.
But it's, okay, so there's already a contract for the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are gonna be
Additions.
additional work orders for the contract. Why aren't they part of the general contractor's bids? As in Owen Beachy's bids out? Since he
Well,
has that in his lump sum contract with the township.
Well, and I don't know, maybe our lawyer can answer, but as far as I'm concerned, you can intentionally break up a contract and bid this out. We're over $25,000 on this deal already, so you can't just go ahead and, ask for quotes for this crane. You need to bid it out. And anything over $10,000 should be bid out. What?
You can with the change order authorized by the supervisors.
But in reading
But
Owen
it should
Beachy's
be
lump
bid
sum
out, other
contract,
than, it's part of the contract for the thing there, so you shouldn't break it down, and you should bid it out for what it is. It's over $10,000, and it shouldn't just be a quote for that. Realistically, it should be bid out.
well, that went up, but it was bidding and procurement services, bid documents, and project management and coordination on his lump sum. So I'm just wondering why we're doing the work of getting these bids. Shouldn't it be the project manager?
I didn't do it, we didn't do it, he did.
We just have to approve it.
Yes. He sent me the email with the quotes.
No, he sent you the email and told you to get the quotes.
No, I did not get the quotes. I did not get the quotes.
Okay, I'll ask for a copy of the email. And the last one has to do with police. The police officers that we're getting ready to hire, have we already done their background checks and are they Act 120 qualified?
Yes. That's all I have.
Dave?
Mark, I had a question on the expenses on the road bridge, East Warren Road Bridge. I see it's been reduced, and it was because of the composite pilings, the refunds on that, or what we sold on that. Is that correct?
I believe so.
The 22.5 or whatever it
Right,
was.
correct.
And so does that include everything up to this point as of February?
I'd say the end of March.
Yeah.
No, February of 2023.
February of 2023.
Oh, okay. So my question
There
is
were no expenses.
where is the monies that we sold the stone for? Does that that's not taken into account here?
Sold the stone for.
The stone, the
The
cut stone.
$2,500?
Yeah, that's not included in this.
Excuse me, speak up, please, Susan.
I don't think that's included, no.
And one other thing, as far as with the itemized list that I got from Susan here, Right to Know, according to this, Laurel Highland Structural, it'd be per diem is $27,000, and that was as of 10/2/22. He was on the job site for a lot longer than that into November, and why is that not included in this? At the tune of $1,000 a day.
Well, first of all, when you say per diems,
$1,000 a day for being on a job site for consultation.
because we were told by our lawyers not to pay him,
So where does that stand currently?
right where it's been.
Any comment?
He's not the
He's
lawyer.
not the lawyer. It's not so long.
But there is a cost incurred there, though. Is that correct?
Well, there will be, if, whatever, I mean, it will be done correctly.
And how many additional days is that? Because I believe the contract was with Owen Beachy, or excuse me, Laurel Highlands, is that it was going to be 60 days. And if you go ahead and look at theirs, I believe he's on the job site into November, and there's like 30 days. So you're already looking at close to $60,000 there, 60 days there, and you're going to have another 2 months.
He's not there every day, Dave. You're talking 30 days. That's counting weekends
Well,
and everything else.
that's
He's not there.
why I've asked in the past how many days he's been on the job site, and that's been for months now. We still haven't got.
I don't know the answer to that. You want to know exactly how many days he's been on the job site.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And the thing is that in the contract, it said it was going to be approximately 60 days to complete the bridge. And he's already got 60 days tied up in this thing. It's going to be probably another 60 days.
I don't know if he's got 60 days tied up in it or not.
It's close to 60. And the thing,
I don't even know that.
whatever, but the thing is, he's going to have another 30 to 60 days to complete the bridge. So,
How do you know that?
I don't.
Exactly,
But the thing is, common sense is going to tell you that you're going to have another couple months to get this bridge done. I mean,
we
you
don't know
don't
that.
have to be a
You
rocket
don't know
scientist.
that? I don't know that.
You don't have to be a rocket
We can't
scientist.
answer
to
a
say.
question we don't know. Let's move on.
What about paying a little bit closer attention to it and have designating somebody, whoever is responsible for roads, to pay closer attention to this, so that when these questions are posed to you guys, you have the answers.
Well, there's no accountability, and another thing,
There's
Dave,
none.
and then on your question there too with Owen Beachy, as far as those pylons and stuff, I asked at the last meeting, I'm asking again, where's the check for the rest of the money that he owes us for pylons that we could not use? And realistically, we should have never tried to sell them, we shouldn't have paid the cost to send them down south. Actuality, we should have just sent him a bill and made him pay it, and if he didn't pay it, then he's no longer gonna be working here, because he needed to pay that up front. You wouldn't have somebody work at your place and they bought a bunch of stuff and it wasn't the right stuff and you'd already paid for it. You're not gonna be buying more to do the job with. He owes the township that money, he should have paid us. And I can't see the township residents going without this money. This money should have been paid up front. It was his mistake, He's the one that ordered this stuff. He was told by other people that it wouldn't work, and yet we got it anyway, so. But I'll leave it at that, but that's.
Yeah, you do
that's
that.
wrong. Yeah.
For the 15th time, he's not the one that ordered it, Steve.
Let's see,
not start this
And you
here.
don't know.
Yes,
And
I
you're
do.
right, we're not gonna start
let
it.
me see here, the engineer of record is Owen Beachy.
Yep,
He is
he
the only
didn't
one
order
that's
it.
the engineer of record. For certifications and stamps and that, Owen Beachy has none of that. Jonathan and Jason Snyder has sent stuff in, but it was preliminary stuff to review and comment. There is no construction plans for that bridge. Owen Beachy has none of his own stamp drawings for that bridge at all. And yet he's working on a bridge, he has none of that stuff where he's working off of somebody else's preliminary plans. I think it's wrong, I think we shouldn't be doing it, and we continue to do it. We had an attorney tell us to stop work on that bridge, and yet we're continuing to work on that bridge.
That's
What was
right.
supposed to be safe, made safe, and stay there.
You've said the same
The
things
attorney
over
said
and
to
over.
stop.
Yes, and nobody listens. What's that?
Do we have a stop work order on this?
No,
No.
yes.
Yes, there was. Our attorney
No,
said
we
not to
do
work.
not.
He said not to do anything on that bridge.
No,
He was
did not.
dumbfounded when you had the stuff all up and said,
Can
geez.
you confirm if there's a stop work order on this bridge?
He's not the lawyer for that part of it.
It's not
I don't know
solid.
anything about the bridge.
But this is a dispute
Yeah,
amongst the
it's time to
township
get involved in it,
supervisors.
Mr. Alfieri.
It's not his job, so what,
It's a
have a
very
little respect.
serious situation.
No,
okay?
it's not.
We're paying Mr. Alfieri.
Yes,
Do
you
you understand that?
Don't get
I
this
have
way with me.
I'm
I have
being
a
very
very serious
polite,
question.
but
It's a
you're not.
dispute between them, whether this exists. And I'm just wondering if you can help us clear this up. Is there a way that you can find out for us, the residents and the era, if there is a stop work order on this bridge from Knox Law?
The order that was sent out from Knox Law Firm was to make this location safe. They were not supposed to build anything up, and when they did, Knox Law Firm was really surprised, that it was built, because it shouldn't have been built. He just said to make the site safe, is what he was. So, but you, like I said there, you have an engineer of record right now, and they keep putting it off on Jason and Jonathan Snyder, which we have no contract, no written contract. Owen Beachy has no written contract, but he continues to work off the preliminary plans off of Owen or off of Jason Snyder and Jonathan Snyder. And he has no stamp drawings of his own at all.
You've said that about 6 times now.
Okay, well, maybe they'll say that. So
Does anybody
we'll
else
continue
got
to
a
work
thing?
on it.
Somebody over there raised their hand, didn't you? Nope. Let's move on. Request a motion to approve the minutes from the regular monthly meeting held on Monday, March 13th, 2023, as written and recorded. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Second.
Your vote, Steve.
Aye.
Larry Sue.
Aye.
Aye. Request a motion to accept invoices totaling $485,770.27 for March. Can I have a motion for that?
I'll make it.
I'd like to see, Susan, do you have a breakdown for the loaded stuff and what we've taken out of what funds here? Because I don't see it on there. Just, you have all that? What, just the breakdown of what we did here? And what funds it came out of?
I just told you.
The sewer fund, yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny, we took half of it out of the sewer fund and the loader never even goes on the sewer.
How do you know that?
Because I've been in this business for a long time and I can
How do
tell
you
you,
know that?
and I can tell you something else.
How often do you come on
You two-
Bradford
I'm
Township
I'm gonna tell
site?
you something right now. I've been in this stuff and I've done it for years. And I'll tell you what, you bought an excavator with COVID money and you bought it all off for the sewer. And yet when we had a sewer line to fix, 200 feet of sewer line, you bid it out to somebody else to do instead of our guys going and doing it.
Well, we didn't know if there was gonna be a snowstorm or not, Steve.
I said, you know what, that's what they make Ferncoat for.
That's in the summer.
We could do 30 or
That's
40
not in
feet.
the
You're
winter.
not anymore,
So we could have done that sewer.
Why?
because the township residents have had it up to here.
We started the meeting, no more
With you
comment to the
guys,
public
Yeah.
comment.
building
That's
it.
I need
And that's a consensus.
I need a motion for the invoices.
I'll make it.
Everything but for that loader and that, because that we shouldn't have bought that. We should have put that money into the roads. I don't know what we talked about.
I second it. Your vote, Steve?
No, for that.
Larry, so
Yes.
yes. For the next monthly meeting of the Board of Supervisors will be held on Monday, May 8th, 2023 at 7 p.m. The Township's annual spring cleanup event will be held on Saturday, May 13th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Zoning officer report.
Zoning officer report for time period of 3:01 through 3:30. We had 8 calls for information and or complaints. 2 violations were informally resolved. And 3 zoning permits, and one of those was a demolition. The code enforcement officer for same time period, we had 4 calls, 0 violations, 5 sale inspections, and 1 rental inspection.
And
Yep.
it's like zoning hearing board,
Nothing.
planning commission,
Nothing.
road department. They installed drainage pipes on Shep Run. They repaired a driveway pipe on Nelson Avenue. They repaired catch basins on Hedgehog, Storm Circle, and Joseph Lane. They've been putting in cold patch. They cleaned up trees from the storm damage. They salt and sanded roads. They've been doing truck maintenance, doing PA1 calls, replaced the road sign, and helped out in the garbage department. Police report.
For the month of March 2023, officers handled 207 calls for service, investigated 4 motor vehicle crashes, initiated 9 new criminal incidents, patrolled 3,283 miles, and conducted 44 hours of traffic enforcement. Officers are continuing with the aggressive driver enforcement project. We have been targeting speeding, following too closely, and failure to wear safety belts. Aggressive driver enforcement project will continue through April 23rd. They continue to see a rise in the amount of fraud cases throughout the township. Most of the frauds that they are investigating involve elderly residents. Residents are asked to contact the police or family members before providing any kind of information to anyone. These include sending money, buying cash cards, or any other type of monetary exchange without first verifying that they are not being victimized. That'll do it.
Request a motion to have the 1989 stone chipper hauled from the Palico for a cost of. Go ahead, Steve.
I went to Clancy Goodman and I talked to them and I asked them if they would do a donation as far as hauling that away. They were very kind and said yes they would. As soon as we had it ready, just to give them some notice and they'll haul it over to Goodman's for us. Once we drain the oils and all the fluids out of it, take all the belts and stuff off of it. What a shame. It was a piece of equipment that really did help the township and now it's set down there and it's sunk in the ground for the yeah, they will haul it for us and I commend them greatly. I've been over to them when they came into town and welcome them here because they are a great asset to our community here with a number of employees and how they're doing business over there. But I'll just thank them again. Yeah.
You want to make that motion, Steve?
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
And they're doing that for free. I don't think.
That's right. Yep.
Your vote, Steve.
Aye.
Aye.
Quotes were received from the following contractors for crane services. M&M Contractors, $16,620. All crane rental, $22,005. I request a motion to accept the quote from M&M's crane service for the East Warren Road Bridge project. Somebody want to make that motion?
I'll make it.
You second that or not?
Well, I got a problem there because I think that should have been bid out. And how can you do that? Actually, you can't initially go ahead and do that without bidding it out. It's on the whole bridge project itself. So why are we just taking quotes? It's over $10,000.
I think it your vote's no.
I'm asking our attorney, what's your opinion on that?
I don't know the details. I don't think the limits though is.
I can help you.
Right.
On January 1st, 23, it went up.
I don't think it is.
But I'm asking you a question here. Because the initial cost is over $25,000 for the bridge, so you know, we bid out everything else for the bridge. Now, how come all of a sudden we can just take a quote for this? I don't think we should.
I can look into that, I just don't know off the top of my
Okay,
head.
well,
I don't know if
that's
it's
what-
tied
that's
into
what
the
I'm
initial, well, hold on, let me answer. I don't know if it's tied into the initial contract or not, it may not require to be bid, but and Susan probably knows the amount, you can get quotes, is it 22? What's the length this year?
22.
22, yeah, so it may be on just the amounts that you don't need to bid it out.
Yeah, but I'm going over the initial cost of that bridge is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm not familiar with what that
Yeah.
initial contract is. I can look into that if you want me to, but I'm saying based on the numbers there, 16,620, that's not over the amount that would require you to bid it anyways.
Yeah,
So
I,
that's all I can tell you off the top of my head.
yeah.
I would agree with Mr.
Yeah.
Alfieri on that.
You said,
I was just saying that Laurel County Board is just trying to get a better price, that's all.
Yeah.
Just comparing to what's out there.
okay, Steve voted no, you Larry, so
Yes.
Well, another reason why I'm voting no is because we shouldn't be doing anything on that bridge without making it safe. So that's the reason for the no on that thing, because we have no construction plans for that bridge, so.
request a motion to purchase a new optic push reel camera reel for the sewer department. 2 quotes were received from the following vendors. Global Test Supply was $8,292.59, and Insight Vision was $8,416. Can I have a motion to have Global Test Supply and we buy a camera from them?
I'll make it.
You second that or not, Steve?
Well, the problem is, it's a push camera for going up lateral lines and stuff, we don't need it. And I see what Kenny had there, they want to use it for 200 foot, get on, in a manhole. We've got a camera. We don't
He
need
told
to be buying
me-
We
anymore.
cannot get the trailer in.
From
So
Browntown
many
to Owens Way,
spots.
it's pretty much useless, you can't get the camera down in there, that
No, I
big
just
camera.
can't see us paying that. We've never needed it before. So.
You know,
No, not that we're gonna use it for lateral lines, because we're gonna get ourselves.
We're gonna use it for
Sorry, so-
anything in the sewer department, Steve, where it might be needed.
It's not for lateral lines.
what's your votes? There's,
Yes.
I don't think it's needed.
Yes for me.
I'll just add that if he gets into a bind.
You're not
with it-
supposed to talk during me, okay?
I'm just
They're
gonna
just
offer
rules and,
help.
well, you can.
And we
offer all
called you
want.
and you were right there,
Yeah,
and we
but if-
appreciated
if
that.
something breaks on it, and he has a question on it, just give me a call, I'll try to
I'll
help.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
New business, DCED statewide local shared assessment grant was announced on March 21st, and Bradford Township was not awarded any grant funds for the submitted grant for a new police vehicle and loader equipment. The new 2021 John Deere loader was purchased and delivered on Wednesday, March 22nd. I request a motion to accept the resignation letter from Clayton Yoli, part-time police officer, effective April 15th, 2023. Somebody make that.
Oh.
Second,
I'll
Steve.
second.
Your vote.
Aye.
Aye. Interviews were held on 3/30/23 to hire a part-time police officers. Request a motion from the board to hire the following officers as part-time police officers for Bradford Township. Effective hiring date of April 14th, 2023. The 2 officers' names are Patrick Warnick and Jordan McCullough. Can I have a motion for that?
I'll make it.
I would have made it too if I knew these guys and would set in the interviews, but we didn't contact, I guess, everybody to set in the interviews for these. And why are we placing 2 when we're getting rid of 1?
Because
Why
it's
are we
mentioned.
replacing 2?
Because the guys work numerous
Too much
hours of
overtime.
overtime.
So how many
So it's
do
a
we
lot
have already?
cheaper.
So how many do we have already?
We'll have 4, so there'll be 6.
There'll be 6.
Yes.
And we still, and a lot of those aren't working, right? Is that the reason we're getting 2 more? Because they don't work that much?
Not a lot, not enough,
So,
but
so
what
where
are we
does this?
supposed to do, Steve?
I don't know, I just said I would set in the interviews. I thought that's what we do here as far as 3 supervisors, all 3 set and interview people.
Evidently not.
Yeah, definitely not. But like I said, I don't know these guys. They could be the greatest guys in the world, but I can't vote on somebody that I haven't met or talked to. So,
Well, I'll second it. So you're a no again?
because I wasn't here for the interview, so you can't vote on
Larry,
something you weren't here for.
Yes.
So, that's Mr. Brown.
So the police department hiring process is, we all,
The all full-time officers and
one of the supervisors, usually the head of the.
Yes, you are allowed.
We shoot with the candidates,
Yeah,
and then we submit names to the entire board.
Yeah.
for decision.
and it would have been nice if we all met him beforehand, you know, that's the thing, it would have been nice to have done that, so. Just courtesy to have all three.
That's how we always do it.
Yeah.
Was there an
Yeah.
announcement made that, like, this position was open?
Yes. I'm not worried about that.
Open the sealed bids for 2023, 2024 road materials. We got 2 bids, right? Oh, three. We got 3.
First bid's from Holiday Firm.
Just like that.
They're not bidding on the asphalt at all. Okay, so it's just gonna be the gravel material. 600 ton, 2 RC gravel, 2369, delivered as directed. 40 ton of R4 limestone, 4409. 40 ton of R4, $60.89.
I thought that's what you just said, 40 ton of R4.
Limestone, R4 is plain.
Oh, gotcha, sorry.
Do you have your sheets in front of you?
60, yeah, what was it, 6089?
And you didn't get on the asphalt.
How about the 100 ton of our side?
Oh, what did I say? 100 ton, R7, 7276. Do you have your, I did a spreadsheet, you have it, okay.
Of course.
Of course you have a spreadsheet.
We should have known better.
You're not gonna sit down and write all that.
I was. Oh, yes.
The next one is IA Construction, which is the second one on your spreadsheet. Alright, so, ready?
Yep.
600 ton of 2 RC. All across the board. They picked up at the, do you want all of it? They picked up at the plant, delivered to job site, or delivered as directed.
600 ton.
Delivered as directed.
You want delivered as directed? 1655. $40 ton of R4 limestone, 5170. $40 ton of R4, 5970. 100 ton of R7. They only have that pickup at plant at $30.50.
What was it, $30 and what?
50 cents, 30.50, but that's only at plant.
That's weird.
Yeah. $40 cheaper, but
I don't know. They are not bidding the top asphalt. They are only bidding the 1,500 ton base asphalt, $74.30. Now that price there that are quoted on the material, they have a note, will deliver to any township road. If you're gonna change it, it's gonna be a little cheaper. Like there's two other columns. I don't know if you want them. If they would deliver to the township building, you want that price?
For asphalt.
No.
No,
We
the
drive it right
rocks,
to
the gravel,
right.
the limestone, okay. That's all they got. And then- Their bid is Wayne Gravel Products at a shingle house. He's only bidding on the 40-ton R4 limestone. No, I'm sorry, the 600-ton number 2 RC gravel. He only bid $16.05
Delivered.
as directed. They all have lines.
It's 50 cents cheaper, but that's the only thing we'd be getting from them.
Nobody's doing top.
Did you wanna look at IAs? With all the different pricing?
Just weird that they won't
got a lot
deliver the
going
other
on.
7. They're delivering everything else. I don't get why they're not, wouldn't deliver that. Well, it says they can't tailgate R7, which I understand that, but up here it says delivered.
I think it's the township. Isn't that the column she highlighted?
Pick up. Delivered to the township. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's what they did the last time.
That's 7 loads, 15 tons, 47 trips. Flush the boat with it.
We do it ourselves. We can do it on a rainy day.
That's IA.
I've seen 3 trucks over there.
We don't know if it's R2. They're cheaper. I guess it's cheaper going with IA.
Pretty much. You get your biggest bang for your buck.
And they're the only one doing the asphalt.
Asphalt
base.
base, and they'll deliver to any road.
That looks like the way to go. I need a motion to accept the bid from IA for road material.
I'll make it.
When you want to take the 2 RC from Wayne paving for 1605 instead of
They're 1655.
1665, well, still, you're looking to save some money when you're getting that much, you're getting 600 ton. So, that's, and not only that, but if you look at, all vehicles there, they're only doing 40 ton of R4 limestone, with 4409, they're 51. 20 grams. So, I think we ought to split it up and take the lowest ones on whatever we need.
Our for limestone from Glen Hawbaker was 6089, correct?
Yeah.
That was for R4.
Right, limestone.
Yeah, but the other up above it there was, 4409.
That was for the regular R4.
Yeah. Well, with my R4 limestone, yeah, but the other one is from the IA at 5170. 51, yeah,
All Baker's cheaper on the R4 ones.
yeah, yeah, we are.
Wayne's cheaper on the 2RC.
Mhm.
The R4.
IA is cheaper on the R4,
Yeah.
the 40 R4 5170. So,
2RC was Wayne pavement, right?
what's that?
2RC's Wayne pavement.
Yeah, they're 1605.
R4 limestone is Hoffer.
And the R4 is IA. All the way was 6089. 59 zero.
And the R7 is IA. And the asphalt base is IA. Got everything. 2RC. All right, I'll change the motion, amend the motion. I make a motion, we buy the request a motion, somebody request a motion to buy 2RC from Wayne Paving, R4 limestone from Glenn Hallbaker, R4 and R7 from IA, and the asphalt base from IA. Somebody want to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Did you get all that stuff? The vote, Steve?
Aye.
Larry, Sue?
Aye.
Aye. Good with that. Public comment. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
At the last meeting, somebody had questioned on the sale of the roller, the muni bid, if there was a need to advertise it. And so I looked into that. Under the Township Code, 53 Purdy's Consolidated Statute, Section 66504, it deals with personal property. There are 16 entities that if you sell something to, that you're not required to do the bidding or the advertising. And one of those is for municipal corporations, of which a township is a municipal corporation. So the answer to that question was it did not need to be advertised.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Back at the end of the summer, the clamp that the road crew used to lift the blocks for the bridge, a pin that was used sheared off. And one of the road crew workers had an idea to see if the machine shop up at Bradford High would be interested in making us a new one. So I went up and I talked to Matt DeGolier, took him up the old one. He said pretty much no problem. They pretty much had all winter to do it. Well, anyways, last week they made us 2 brand new pins, perfect, it fit perfect. I just wanted to send a big thank you out to Matt DeGolier and the machine shop at Bradford Area High School.
Good.
Yeah.
Anybody got public comment?
Yeah, no, Steve said that he was not invited when you had, with the police department, the part-time
Well, it would have
officers.
been nice to set in on it,
I wasn't
the
here either. It's the way it's
Oh,
always been done.
The police,
The head of the police
The police always have a say, and it's always nice to set.
I was hired here in
Good
2003.
enough.
But it's just
So it
nice
was
to
that-
set in on them.
It was always the full-time officers and the chief of police that hired.
Yeah.
Would be okay, she wanted to be involved. So we put in our contract that it was the full-time officers, the chief of police, and the township supervisor responsible for the police department. So that's how we hire. And then that supervisor takes the names to the other two supervisors for their approval, this or review. So
Perfect, thank you.
He wasn't left out, because I wasn't here either.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
No, we go for it.
It's in the contract though.
Well, but it's nice to set in
You didn't sign the contract. You wouldn't sign the contract.
a.
Right, exactly, so.
Public comment from the, he's got one.
Larry Sue, he's a city supervisor. Be respectful of these meetings, please.
Both of you. Carrie.
Okay, I have several questions. I'll start with, probably 3.5 weeks ago, I was coming out 219 near Quickfill. There was a garbage truck, stationed out there. I don't know the exact address. There was township employees picking up garbage. What was that address and what was going on there? Was it private property?
I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't either. Were they just getting garbage or?
What are you looking at him for?
Because
Like, you know,
it was just, it's an open lot near Quickfill.
an open lot near Quickfill.
I mean, were they just picking up like road trash just to be?
Well, they could
Decent.
have.
Could've.
It's decent.
There was a
part.
rolled
Maybe it
carpet.
blew off, I don't know.
There was a rolled carpet down closer to the Tasty Freeze. I called the garbage crew and asked one of them to pick it up because it sat there for a day, and they stopped and picked it up. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just wondering. Do we have a paving schedule? And I don't mean like a chipping, tarring and chipping, okay? The residents, there's some high-dollar homes on High Street, okay?
It's first.
It's a disaster.
I know.
Is it
Mow
gonna
away.
be chipped and paved properly, or
It's
not
gonna be
chipped?
dug out. It's gonna be dug out and paved.
Do we have any idea for those folks that live out there? When, is that something this
Yes.
season?
Yes, definitely.
They
Yes.
deserve it.
Yes. It's dangerous.
It is. It
Yes,
is,
it's
because-
dangerous. There's too many blind spots.
Yeah, and you're
People drive
driving
over in the
of
middle.
road.
Exactly. Exactly. I thank God there hasn't been an accident.
We've been trying to get that done for a long time. I pushed that issue and pushed it, just haven't done it.
Well, I know it got chipped, but that's just, that's at the end of it.
Yeah, alone.
I believe that's all for tonight.
Somebody else? Bob,
Okay, this was tabled 3 or 4 months ago.
can you speak up a little, Bob?
This was tabled 3 or 4 months ago here at one of our meetings. Across from Dave Doyle's, there sits this garage, and it's got a big hole in the roof like a cannonball. And I guess it was supposed to be looked into as to, if they were going to re-roof it or tear it down or whatever. It's a blight to the area.
I know in the fall.
Yes.
In the fall, there was a guy out there looking at it to give the homeowner a price, and he didn't like the price, so I don't know. Mike would know more.
I haven't contacted the owner. Didn't know that we had a viable complaint against it yet. But there's a complaint. Well, it's an eyesight. It was brought up at the meeting. It looks like a cannonball. A lot of properties.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I've noticed a lot, but that does not belong to Klein Oil, even though we own around it. It belongs to the house across the street.
I have garages across the street on 219. And there's probably about 3 or 4 of them up through 219.
There's a few of that.
Probably should be torn down.
I know he had a guy look at it last year, give him an estimate, but he must not have liked it. Is that it, Bob?
No, I got one more thing. A few months back, there was an advertisement for hiring a person for the receptionist and taking care of the billing. And for the second time, it was last Thursday, I came in here to pay my sewer and garbage bill, and the person that was on duty prior to Miss Hoteling, she was running the office again. So, I realized that, Kelly can't be here and doing whatever she's doing, but why wasn't that, position given to somebody that could be there?
Who's Kelly?
Kathy.
Kathy, excuse me.
She was
This
probably on
is-
vacation, she's been here like 20 years, she gets
That's out
vacation.
for one day.
Yeah.
Joyce didn't come in on the day that the winter storm came in. She was supposed to work, she was already paid, so she owed the township 3.5 hours. She came in Thursday to make that time up. If Becky is out for one day, I'm here by myself. She owes time.
Anybody else?
I've got some stuff here. Terry, could you get those handouts out, pass them around here, if you don't mind? Just, if you get them, just pass them on to the next person if you would.
What does this have to do with, Steve?
It has to do with, what's that?
Is it gonna take all night or what?
Yeah, what's this have to do
Well, I
with?
didn't know we were in
There you
the.
go, dude. I saved them.
I didn't know we were in the. Out of here, I'm sorry, folks. Interfering with whatever Mark has going on here.
What does it have to do with?
Actually, I'll let you get them passed out, but I can start right here. It says, "Good morning, Steve. It was nice talking to you earlier this morning. As you and I discussed, routine maintenance of road ditches is so important in order to minimize flooding and prevent deterioration of the road surfaces. Erosion, ensuring that the culverts and catch basins are free from clear of debris and important is also important. In addition, conducting routine maintenance is also recommended that areas be checked after heavy rainfall. And so we're talking to her, and this is Kimberly Yankel from, here, I'll give you the whole, you got one here, I actually got one here for you. This is the whole thing on how to maintain your roads. But she was appalled when I talked to her that we weren't cleaning ditches. I said, well, the people I talk to here, you know, I've done these ditches for years and years, and all of a sudden you can't do ditches because it could be environmentally wrong. Well, she says, you must maintain your ditches. I go out and I look at stuff, and when you get this, look at page 2 there, about how to take care of your berms and that, and what you need to do to do that with. Isn't it surprising that I've said all along that you need a road grader to cut the berms with, and not only that, but you go behind it with a loader, and then you go behind that with a broom and then a roller. That's what we've always done. And then we went and bought a skid steer, which you'll never get off into those berms like you're supposed to. And cutting these berms and stuff is a big part of maintaining these roads. If you go around these roads and start looking at them, they're all broken down because the berms are higher than the road. The salt and the water lays in them, and it breaks off the edges of the roads. And not only these, I've been around and looked at these ditches, they're completely full, and what happens is now the ditches are full, the water's going underneath the blacktop and tearing up the roads because it softens the berms up and ruins the roads. And yet we continue not wanting to clean ditches. I've looked at pipes that are, you probably couldn't get, they're probably not 6 inches for the water to get through. What's gonna happen when we get these belly washers and stuff? You're gonna wash out the roads, you're gonna wash out people's lawns, you're gonna cause a lot of havoc. And for us not to be doing this, and that's the reason I had her send this information to me, because I said, you know what, I preach up and down that we need to clean the ditches. And I keep told time and time again, we're not allowed to clean ditches.
So our
And it seems like-
conservation
and it
area
seems like-
doesn't know what
and
she's
it seems
talking
like-
about.
And it seems like the state and other townships are cleaning ditches, so they didn't get that memo, because they've been cleaning ditches right along, and they always clean ditches. And if you don't clean your ditches, then you're not gonna have any roads. And it's just a shame that we continue to do what we're doing, and it was nice of you to talk about a roller. Isn't it funny when you talk about a roller that we need for chipping and stuff? Another township can come up here and buy it for $1,500, we own it, but we can't put a few dollars in it to keep it going so we can chip our roads and take care of our own stuff. We get rid of the grader because we don't wanna put any money in that, we didn't wanna put brakes on it, we sell it for $3,000. Stuff you need to maintain these roads, we get rid of. I don't know what we're looking at. I guess we're looking at contracting everything out because we don't have the equipment to do this stuff, work with. It's just appalling that we do that and then come up and say that we can't do ditches anymore.
I can tell you running old equipment, because I went through it all day today. You run old equipment, it only runs so long before something breaks down. That's a fact.
Now you can maintain it and take care of it the way you should.
That is total bullshit, because I maintain my stuff, but stuff gets old and it breaks.
Yeah, well, other townships run this stuff every day and they don't have a problem with it. So, I mean, it's a matter of the cost and keeping the cost down for the residents of this township and getting the roads done the way they should. We should be blacktopping roads. I've seen roads now are completely gone, holes probably as deep as this table here because the ditches are full. The ditches are completely full.
So,
We need the blacktop.
so
We
the
need to get that.
Conservation District of McKean County doesn't know what they're talking about.
I can tell you right now, from one department of the DEP to the next, they don't know what's going on. Cause I deal with them.
All I know is the thing that-
He's right about that.
Mike,
I mean, the state doesn't follow that either. If you're down 219 there, when's the last time they cleaned a ditch up?
well, I know across the
Last time they
street
cleaned them on West Washington.
on our,
They
where
can
we
tell us to
live,
do it, but they're not doing it.
our property by the Quickfill, they took the ditches and filled them full of big stone. So they don't,
Now the water's running over.
yeah, now it
across
runs
the
over the
road.
road. Because they won't dig the ditches out.
Who's
So
regulating who?
this lady is full of crap.
Well, I'll tell her that when I talk to her.
Well,
You do
go
that.
ahead, tell her
You
my
do that.
name, because
That's
I
the
deal
reason
with
she
that
sent
people.
me, that's why she sent you the information. Everybody's.
And I could go call water quality tomorrow and I will get a whole different story.
You can do whatever you want, but I've got it in writing right here. Clean your ditches, maintain your stuff. So,
Everybody, anybody got anything? Motion to adjourn,
I'll make it.
second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hey, thanks everybody for coming.
They put that little sign out that says choose kindness, they should try it sometime.
It's leftovers, okay?
Stop.
Oh, you're staying?